Hello there guys, and welcome back to another video. Today, as it's coming towards the end of the year, I wanted to do a video about something that's been fairly frequent for me this year, and that is live shows. And this video is the 10 best live shows that I've ever been to. And also I've got one more live show this year, and that is next week, where I am going to see the act that is #1 on my bucket list right now, Slipknot. I fucking love them. I've got tattoos for them, and it's all thanks to my best mate Luke, who I'm going with. There's going to be a video on the channel. Subscribe so you see it. If you've seen my live show videos before, all I can say is this one's going to be a good one. It's going to be intense. It's going to be action-packed. Even I can't wait to see it. So that'll be coming next Wednesday or Thursday. I just want to go through all the live acts that I've seen. There's many more that could be on this list, but even acts that I've seen a few times, I've narrowed it down to one, so there's only one spot for each artist on this list. So yeah, there's not going to be 4 for fucking Yungblud, but I think you know he's going to be on this list. So number 10, I have got Kahan at O2 Academy in Birmingham. That was a really great show and a real surprise, because it was when Noah was first blowing up. Like, kind of before Stick Season was like the song at the time. He just re-released Dial Drunk with Post Malone, so that was the song that was getting known for the most. And since then he has just got huge. Like, I saw him again at Utilita Arena in Birmingham, so going from like a few thousand to 16,000 I think it is, massive difference. And we were so close. Like, at the time it felt crazy, but looking back it's like, wow, like we were right there. Number 9, actually in the same venue, very different style than Kahan, Slaughter to Prevail. Now, the reason that I put them above Kahan is because Kahan, I knew I liked some of his songs. Slaughter to Prevail, I went purely because Luke loves them, and they aren't my genre at all. But since then, they've had a few singles out, and I do get the urge to check them out. They were incredible, very, very skilled musicians. That style of music, when you go to see it live, it does just sound like noise, but it's such good fun, and it's got to be one of the most intense crowds I've ever seen. And I don't even mind admitting it, I didn't even really get into the crowd. We were standing, but I was away from the pits. Yeah, it was a great show, and it definitely turned me into more of a Slaughter to Prevail fan, because at that point I think I'd only heard Demolisher and Viking because it was new. Okay, number 8, a band that I saw at Reading Festival, which really surprised me. And even though there were bands and acts that I saw that I was more hyped to go and see at the time, I put this band on the list because they just really, they blew me away. Again, very talented musicians, and that's Loathe. Loathe were fucking brutal live. The frontman was proper entertaining, he was funny, there was so much energy, and at that time, I wish that I got to fully get involved with it, because at the time, our tent leaked and my shoe was soaking wet, so I ended up going to see Loathe in my fucking sliders. So I went into the pit once. Luke tried to smack me in the face. That was that. And I thought, mosh pits in sliders, it's not for me. Okay, in at number 7, we have got, I think, the most famous person I have ever seen. Post Malone at Resorts World in Birmingham. He was amazing. And I got a last minute ticket because my girlfriend and her friend both really wanted to see him. And I was going to get a ticket, like, if we could get 3 together, but I could only get 2, so I got them their tickets. And then nearer the time I was like, oh, I wonder if there are any still up. And there was a resale one for the, like, I think it was called the Golden Circle or Golden Pit, whatever. And it was expensive. It's the most expensive ticket I've ever bought. It was 126 quid. But like, you just look at the shots on screen, having someone that famous that close to you, most starstruck I've ever been. And the show was just insane. He just had so much energy. He was so grateful to be there. And he just came across as just as likeable as you see online. Okay, number 6. This was a proper bucket list artist for me. And the reason that I couldn't put him any higher is just because the show is very simple. And if you haven't seen this artist and you think you know what to expect, you do. The show isn't going to blow your socks off, but I think just being there, it's just so feel good. And it's Liam Gallagher at Reading Festival. He was headlining. I saw Catfish and the Bottlemen, who were also great, just before him. And he was playing Definitely Maybe in full. As much as I wish it was Morning Glory, it was Definitely Maybe, which is still stacked with bangers. It's still got some of my favourite songs ever released on there. I literally have a tattoo going down my neck that says Supersonic. So it was a dream come true to see him. And I think that's why I'm not too salty about not getting Oasis tickets, because I saw Liam, like, well, he put on screen the clue that Oasis was doing a reunion at Reading, so that was cool. Okay, in at number 5, now someone that I've actually seen twice who actually, yeah, is more famous than Posty. It's Harry Styles, and I saw Harry Styles at Coventry, which was actually his first solo stadium, and he was great. But at the time, he just released Harry's House, and that album, it took a while to grow on me, but then once I heard it live in Glasgow, I was like, wow, that's really fucking good. So when I saw him in Coventry, it was just great. The songs had time to adapt. Obviously, the first show in Glasgow, the whole Leave America thing and As It Was wasn't like a big thing. So when I went in Coventry, it was just the full Harry Styles concert effect. And loads of people might look at me and go, well, you're a rock fan, but you like Harry Styles. Yeah, and what? He is genuinely one of the best showmen in our generation. The music cannot be to your taste. There's so many artists that I prefer to Harry Styles, but I will never deny the guy knows how to put on a fucking good show, and his music, the majority of it, is sick. So yeah, I wear that with pride. And he played Medicine, which I do agree that if Medicine wasn't an unreleased track, no one would give a shit about it. But it was cool to hear it live anyway. Okay, a band that I went to see for the first time because they supported Yungblud the first time I saw him. I've actually seen this band now as many times as I've seen Yungblud, which I don't know how I feel about it, because they are phenomenal. Like, I love them. I want to go and see them as many times as possible. And that's Neck Deep. They played 2 sets at Reading. I went to both of them. It was difficult which one I preferred, because musically, I preferred the first set. It was a lot of the new album, the album before that, All Distortions or something like that. A lot of the newer songs. But then later on in the Festival Republic tent, which is a lot smaller than the main stage, and we got close at main stage, like we were literally right in front of them and constantly in the pits. It was such good summer fun. It literally felt like you were on another planet. Like, nothing in the outside world could bother you. It was amazing. But then in the tent, we started off at the back and we were like, all right, we'll see Neck Deep's second set, and then we'll go and see Blink. And then it turned into, oh, there's pits. Yeah, fuck it, we'll go in the pit. And then we just ended up at the front getting kicked in the head by crowd surfers, and it was one of the best moments of my entire life. Luke got crushed, like was actually in pain. And I stand by, I've been to metal shows, I've been to a deathcore show, and I have never seen a crowd that mental. I have genuinely been in some insane crowds. Vended, another band that I've seen. I thought I broke my leg because someone in the pit fell into me and bent my knee right back. I full on thought I broke my leg. That show was nowhere near as crazy as that tent for Neck Deep. And it just shows if you bring energy, the crowd will respond. And they were just playing loads of old bangers. It was fucking amazing. Okay, in at number 3, we've got Corey Taylor, which I bought these tickets because I like Slipknot, but at the time I didn't really know what Corey was doing when I got the tickets. And then closer to the time, the main reason I bought them was to surprise Luke. But then closer to the time, some stuff with Slipknot was happening, like they parted ways with Jay Weinberg. And the hype sort of died in terms of like, oh, we're going to see Corey from Slipknot. But then we started listening to Corey's new album at the time, and especially the single off it, Beyond, which is a banger. And we started to get more and more hyped. And the way the band was talking about like not having much left and just relationships in the band didn't seem that good, it kind of felt like the closest we were ever going to get to seeing Slipknot. Obviously now we know that's not the case, and literally it was like a few weeks after we saw Corey that Slipknot announced a tour. And also like my comment. So when we went, it was mixed emotions, because we were waiting outside and it was freezing, and then when they opened up the queuing area to get in, it started pissing down, and me and Luke were just there, one AirPod in. Hype is dead. Literally feels like when we're in there, we're about to fall asleep standing up. It was fucking horrific. And then Oxymorons, the support, came on, and they were fucking amazing. So we were like, oh, right, feeling a bit hyped. Corey comes out. Luke's, obviously, this is his hero of a lifetime, and Luke associates Slipknot a lot to his late dad. So, like, he, as much as, like, I did the water drop effect in the video as, like, a joke, it was just that moment when Corey came out and you can see Luke's genuinely, like, choked up, like, this is an idol of mine. That's one of the fondest memories I'll ever have, because it's just one of those lovely things to see. And that's why I can't not put Corey that high on my list, just because that show, it was amazing for me to experience, but also watching someone that you care about that much just be so happy. You can't take memories like that for granted, and that's why things that you're going to have those memories at, do them. So like Slipknot, when I bought those tickets, that was literally all the money that I had. I was skint after buying the tickets. Totally worth it, because next week we're going to have an amazing time, and I'm sure that it's going to be the same for both of us, but especially Luke, because he's got such fond connections to that band. And music will always be the most powerful thing on the planet, because if it makes you feel something, you devote so much of your time to it, and it actually becomes part of your personality. But yeah, fucking hell, we got deep with that one. Top 2 now. Number 2, we have got the best live band I've ever seen. They're a band that have just hit 20 years old, and I think they're in their prime at the minute. It's Bring Me the Horizon. They were fucking sensational. The set list was stacked full of bangers, new and old. Ollie sounded amazing. During Obey, he did a 15-second scream. The only thing that would have made it better if we were in standing, but when I bought the tickets, we were just too late, and we tried looking for standing close to the time, just nothing was coming up that wasn't a ridiculous fucking inflated price. But yeah, I think for both the tickets it was 90 quid. These days you're looking at 90 quid for a lot of single tickets. So 90 quid for 2 tickets to one of the best shows, probably the best live show I've ever seen. Number 1's only number 1 because of the significance. But yeah, Bring Me were absolutely insane. And that was one that I was a little bit worried about, because Jordan Fish left, who I've actually met at Reading. He left like 3 weeks before that gig. So like a big shake-up was I imagine very odd for the band, but it didn't affect their live performance. They were absolutely insane. Right, number 1, we all knew who was going to be at number 1. It's Yungblud, but if I had to be specific, I did toy with putting his set at Bloodfest at the top, because it was amazing. But I think the show that is always going to stick out in my memory is his free show in Camden Market. It was so last minute. I was skint. Genuinely didn't think I would be able to go, but my birthday was coming up, and I'd mentioned it to my dad, and he just sent me some birthday money early, and I got us a coach ticket up there. Obviously, we didn't have to pay for the show, which was amazing. All we needed was coach, food, tube tickets, and that was it. And I got a cheeky little vape, because you know what I mean. We got there around 10 o'clock and waited for, I think it was about 5 hours. and just mad shit was happening in the queue. If you've seen the video, I've spoke about this God knows how many times, but if you haven't, in the queue, mad shit was happening. So I dropped my Yungblud documentary. It's called Love to Hate. Go and check it out if you haven't seen it. And my main mission was to get Dom to at least know that it exists, or know the message in it is purely a thank you to him for everything he's done to help me personally and just help other people. His music, his message, his words of comfort, I wanted him to know that they actually do affect people. And because he's an artist who people have been so quick to let him know what they don't like, I want his fans to be really quick to let him know what they do like. And that's why I will gladly make so many videos about Yungblud. Everything that he puts out, whether it was Brat or Bloodfest or new songs or his albums, like, I will give honest opinions. There's things that I've criticised, but I think he's an artist that has always got the best of intentions, and the majority of the time he comes across really fucking well, and I just wanted to get that across. So people came and asked me for pictures, which was surreal. You know, a few hours before, I'd literally been walking home from my shift at Mackey's and managed to go to London last minute because my dad kindly sent me some birthday money, and then people are asking me for pictures. Like, that's odd. That is what we call a contrast. Then Tom Pallant came by and I was like, right, I've got to tell him about my documentary. He literally just went, yeah, I've seen it.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, always.
I've recently released a documentary.
I know, I've seen it.
You've seen it?
Yeah, I watched like the first half of it. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, bro, thank you so much.
And I was like, wow, someone that I genuinely consider another form of artist. Obviously, he's a photographer and a Yungblud collaborator, but he's done big stuff. He's just done some work for The Cure. He's worked with Blur. He's obviously worked with Dom. He said something that I've created is great, and that meant a lot to me. And then the show, Dom comes out, chucks a cup of water up, announces Bloodfest, goes straight into Strawberry Lipstick, midway through, points at me, kisses, and goes like that. And even though at the time I was just like, what? Even in hindsight, it feels a lot more crazy, because I'm just like, I know that he's doing that to me, and then comes up, climbs on the fucking railing, leans back over us and goes back down, and we're like, right, that was insane. It can't get more mental. Then goes back down, plays I Love You, Marry Me, starts playing Fleabag, runs back up, walks past me, and I'm like, whoa. This artist to me now is what like David Bowie was to people in the 80s, like idol. I've just experienced him performing that close, and then he comes back, puts his hand and comes straight towards me, and I'm just like, I love you, I made this document, and I literally couldn't finish the sentence, and he goes, I love your film, man, it's amazing. The clip is actually, it's sweet, but it's funny, because you hear me go, bro, you've seen it, like, and he just goes, I've seen it, all of it. And I was just like, wow, that genuinely means the fucking world to me. I'm someone that I don't particularly struggle with like anxiety as such, but I do occasionally have that feeling of like, you know, when like you're walking down the street and you feel like the whole world's watching you. I think that feeling stops a lot of people going to gigs, or they might like rock music or something that's on the heavier side, but might not want to go in mosh pits, or just things like that might scare people. Please don't be scared to go and experience live performances, because They are memories you will never be able to replace. If I didn't go to that show in Camden, if I didn't go to Corey with Luke, if I didn't take Case to see Noah Khan and have her be able to be that close to her favourite artist that she will probably never be able to be that close to again because of how big he's got. You can't replace memories like that. So if you are nervous, mosh pits and really tight spaces are optional because you can easily go to the back if you're feeling overwhelmed. You don't have to go in pits. You don't have to feel under pressure at any point. You're in a safe space with like-minded people. I just want to say to people who are watching this, if you are nervous, it's worth that risk of just going out there and enjoying yourself. And just don't go in there with the whole mindset of like, oh, I'm going in to survive this gig. No, you're going in there to have a good time, same as everyone else. No one goes into a gig wanting it to be shit. And every time I go to one, I always end up with a massive smile on my face, normally saying that was fucking amazing. So yeah, those are my top 10 shows that I've ever been to, and a bit of a conversation throughout. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and also let me know what are the best live shows that you've been to, and let me know some performers to check out, because live shows for me, I don't think I will ever stop going to. I'll see you very soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of the video, and I will see you very soon. In a bit.